Recall sent me a little video here. It was called Final Fantasy Player Plays 500 Hours of Lost Ark. My honest thoughts. So that's a good video to react to. A nice way to start the day. It's such a good video. Oh, shit. Okay. So yeah, here we go. Why I'm not... So this guy looks like he makes videos for Final Fantasy XIV and also some World of Warcraft. Looks like he's somebody that just likes to make videos for fun, which is also pretty cool.
For 500 hours, I subjected myself to one of the grindiest, scummiest, and exhilarating MMOs.
That's a good intro.
For 500 hours, I subjected myself to one of the grindiest, scummiest, and exhilarating MMOs on the market, all for the sake of this video. That MMO is Lost Ark.
Dude, you know what's really
crazy? Ember, and I'm a Final Fantasy XIV player.
Sorry, guys. Last one to pause. Do you guys think Lost Ark, do you guys think it has the title now, which is so weird, does it have the title as the most like pay to win MMO right now? Does that make sense? Like just out of all of the options that people regularly play, I know there are more pay to win MMOs than Lost Ark, but like out of all the options that people consider to play right now, it's probably like the one that has the most. No, I don't know. Would you say that it has a pretty bad rap though? As far as like public view, like, oh, that game's really pay to win. Yeah, because it's so weird, because I remember when I started playing the game, it was seen as like the least scummy, slimy one. Honestly, the game has become more slimy and scummy as time has gone on. Like, I really do believe that, you know, it's become a little bit more pay to win, a little bit more scummy. But like, it's not too bad, but I'm just kind of saying that.
For the most part, but not exclusively. I play World of Warcraft.
Yeah, Esther weapons weren't a thing when I started.
And hardcore iterations. Guild Wars 2, Black Desert Online. Hell, I even play old school RuneScape on my phone when I'm playing. I'm typically open to anything when it comes to MMOs, but Lost Ark elicited a different emotion altogether. I was compelled to explore the game and understand its draw in spite of its reputation as a swiper's paradise. But every time I attempted to engage in the game's systems, I would be overcome with revulsion, so I'd uninstall it. That compulsion remained. It was quite...
Why doesn't the game look like this, by the way? I know he's got that fucking G filter on. I mean, the character models in 14 look pretty good. The G-shade shit, but fuck.
At first, but it grew until I just had to know. What the hell is Lost Ark all about? Endwalker's post-expansion content being lackluster was also a factor. I could either run Eureka Orthos again, for no reason, mind you, or I could dive headfirst into this Korean money laundering scheme. I chose the latter against my better judgment. So after more than 500 hours, here are my thoughts on Lost Ark as an FF14 player. Let's begin at the top.
All right.
The first impression.
I'm interested to
It
hear
comes
this.
as a surprise to no one that Lost Ark's sound and visual design are top-notch. However, as someone who appreciates a strong narrative and competent vocal performances...
Greetings. The forces of chaos are on the move again. The Arks once saved the world from the demons. We need them again. Try opening the Tome of Prophecy.
God help me, this is bad.
You know what's funny is I talked to Balthor, and Balthor told me that when Lost Ark was coming out, they don't like the like team that was hired to do this. They didn't give them thank God, any like context of like where they were or like who they are or like what region they're, you know what I mean? And that shit matters. They just were like, make a like we need a kid. You're a kid, and like that's it. Or like you're a dwarf. I don't know. They would like sometimes they wouldn't even tell them that they're a dwarf. You're just an NPC in the city, and so that's why like it sounds so shitty. Like I actually think Lost Ark's launch voice acting was some of the worst fucking voice acting in any game that I've honestly played. And I know that's so fucked up to say, but like I really mean it. It felt like so cheap, dude. Like early on. Now it's definitely gotten better because I think they need less lines, right? And so it's a little bit more, they have more time and it's more calculated, targeted. But like, yeah, now it's better. But at the launch, dude, like when you do the random people, like the random NPCs, it's actually embarrassing how bad it is. And I remember at launch, I was like, fuck, this is kind of embarrassing. And I really want to know what it's like in Korea, like what the VO is early on in Korea, the early game. Probably better they had more time, right?
Captain,
All
trolls in the camp. Damn it all.
There is a non-zero chance that Amazon hired the cheapest voice actors that they could find on Fiverr to localize this game. It doesn't even sound like anyone made an effort to master the audio either. Voice lines operate at audibly different decibels, not to mention the complete lack of any attempt to create the illusion of the environment.
So what he was saying, Balthor,
or the position of the sound
is that they had good voice actors, but bad guidance.
The Ark. You gonna flap your gums all day, priest? Grab the stone. It looks valuable.
The mic is bad though. Like it's.
Come on, Amazon. This isn't what I didn't pay for. Of course, that all changes whenever you.
Yep.
Lost Ark.
Honestly, last time, I'm sorry. Actually, fuck it. I'm gonna pause a lot. I'm actually open to games just in game giving the option of just like using original Fuck it, dude. Like, just let the game be Korean with subtitles. I feel like that would have been cooler. Because then you get the original VO and then you just do subtitles and it probably would sound better and not as scuffed. I don't know. I know some people want it in English, but
Lost Ark sounds incredible
probably
when
would
it
have sounded
counts,
better.
but for a game that is insistent on telling you a story to
They
a
have that with the
comparable
pack,
degree as
though,
Final
right?
Fantasy XIV, actually.
I wonder if he knows
it
about the
cannot
pack.
be this amateurish. Preserve your sanity and download the Korean voice pack on Steam. 천만에요, motherfucker. The moment-to-moment gameplay is where Lost Ark feels excellent. Every skill is oozing budget, and despite the menial nature of the quest design, belligerently slaughtering hordes of wildlife doesn't get old. The environments and set pieces too are great to look at. Just do yourself a favor and don't look too closely. The thin veneer of the game's ostensibly high visual fidelity fades with an
oh
upward
my
scroll.
god, he's right. The game Lost Ark, I actually feel like over the head
Stoopzz.
looks pretty good.
Too closely.
Like
the thin
I would say like Lost Ark, the character models and the when you're looking at from the down, it actually looks pretty good in the newer content. It's just when you zoom in or you get like, which it works well, right? Because it makes the game run pretty well overall for an Unreal 3 engine game. But fuck, the in-game cutscenes, just looks so bad, dude. No, for Unreal Engine 3, dude, the game looks amazing. But holy shit when you zoom in. Like when we were watching those everyone just looks like Play-Doh.
veneer of the game's ostensibly high visual fidelity fades with an upward scroll of your mouse wheel. The
Thank
writing
you,
leaves
Jumu,
something
bro.
to be desired.
Thank you,
Each
homie,
quest
for real,
might
I
as well
appreciate
begin
you.
with. As an AI language model, I cannot tell you where to find the Lost Ark. It's lifeless, it's lazy, and you'll get nothing out of it. A mixed bag, to be sure, but I noticed something interesting as I moved through the mostly forgettable territories of Arkesia. There are over 1,000 of these little Makoko seeds that are scattered across the hundreds of unique locations in Lost Ark. Pulling up the collectibles tab reveals the numerous rewards that can be garnered for
Whoa,
finding
how
all of
many
these
Makokos
seeds.
did he have?
Pulling up the 1,000 collectibles tab reveals the numerous rewards scattered across the hundreds of unique locations in Lost Ark. Pulling up the collectibles
820? Damn. I find that activity so tedious and annoying. It's
tab
crazy.
reveals the numerous rewards that can be garnered for finding all of these seeds, as well as the different types of collectibles.
I guess some people
such
just
as
fuck with it,
giants
though.
hearts and islands.
So 13 Island Souls, 4 Giant Hearts. Okay, so you didn't really do a lot of this shit, though. Looks like you just like Makoko seeds.
Their own relevant reward tracks. Unlocking new tripod
Thank you,
locations
Mello.
and completing the
He
main
has
story
more
quest filled out
Mokokos
this
than
thing
I
called
do.
an Adventurer's Tome, which also has its own relevant reward track attached to it. Finding every vista, cooking every region's cuisine, completing every area's hidden stories, killing its unique world bosses, all of these activities contributed to the completion of the Adventurer's Tome. I found myself obsessively chasing Makoko seeds to begin with, before also paying attention to the Adventurer's Tomes. As a result, I was exploring the open world, finding secret locations that I would have otherwise missed, and having a fantastic time doing it. Coming from Final Fantasy XIV, which lacks any meaningful exploratory content outside
Really?
of Eureka and Baja, I had to confront the fact that Lost Ark has a better overworld experience.
What? I thought like Final Fantasy's a lot of little horizontal collection shit. Really? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't fucking know.
In addition, participating in that overworld experience increased my roster level, which strengthens all of my characters permanently and gives me access to skill point potions, which allow me to improve all of my characters' abilities, among other rewards. Vertical progression through horizontal content. It felt like a novel idea. Maybe not for everybody, but I found myself intrigued by it. After some time, you help a prince take back his throne in an impressive siege sequence before you're eventually given
I don't
a
think
boat,
the
which you
leveling.
can-
I don't think the leveling in Lost Ark is bad. I don't give a fuck what anyone says, man. Most MMOs have dog shit leveling anyway, and leveling and questing sucks anyway. I know it's really linear and super fucking boring doing it again, but if you only have to do it once and then you can just use like knowledge transfer, I don't think it's that bad. Right? I think going through any MSQ again is bad, but I feel like for your first time going through the game, you get a boat, you sail around, you get to see all these different parts of the world. There's some pretty cool cutscenes. and it's very linear. You don't get lost. I feel like leveling sucks in every game. I don't think the game does it that bad. I think just doing it one time and then you just do Story Express and you skip. I think that's the way to do it. Yeah. I think any more is dog shit because it's so linear, right? Like that's the kiss curse, right? Like, because it's so like the exact same experience. The only thing I think that's dog shit about the leveling, and most Korean MMOs do this, the gear is so irrelevant. And I guess it doesn't matter, but it's so irrelevant, right?
Sail across the seas exploring to your heart's content, and a personal island called the Stronghold that you can customize, expand, and use to craft necessary battle and upgrade items. At this point, Lost Ark begins to reveal its true self to the player. As you chase pieces of the Ark from one continent to the next, you find yourself in more memorable environments, meeting characters that feel like individuals rather than exposition delivery mechanisms. This improvement in quality continues all the way through the most recent available chapter of Lost Ark's story, which takes place in Elgacia, and which I found to be truly engrossing from a narrative perspective.
What's engrossing?
Gonna hold a candle to the 1-2 punch.
What's engrossing mean? Absorbing all one's attention and interest. So you found it to be okay.
Punch of Shadowbringers into Endwalker, but from the moment you sail to the island of Tortoik,
man, shut your dumb ass up, chat. It's not like you motherfuckers even know what that shit means either. Like, I don't want to hear that shit.
Quality improves and doesn't let up. From the moment, nothing is going to hold a candle to the 1-2 punch of Shadowbringers into Endwalker, but from the moment you sail to the island of Tortoik, the game's quality improves and doesn't let up.
Place,
like a Realm Reborn, you just have to stick with it. It gets better. If you've never played Lost Ark, then your impression of the game is likely that
is this
of an
him in Brel? Oh no,
this is raids which are dutifully gate-kept by players who couldn't care less about why they're fighting these repurposed Blizzard assets and who would rather watch their MMO fade into obscurity.
This is a good fucking video. I need to like he actually is like saying not stupid shit. I actually like this video a lot. This guy makes good videos.
These repurposed Blizzard assets, and who would rather watch their MMO fade into obscurity than suffer the foolishness of anyone with a roster level below 240 in their group.
Like, it's a good
It wouldn't be completely incorrect, actually, but I was shocked to discover that Lost Ark is totally driven by an overarching, and allow me to be generous here, somewhat competently structured narrative. As I edit this video, an army of emaciated child factory workers are tackling Theamine, the game's most recent Legion raid, and a piece of content that I'll probably never touch. You might think that these unfortunate souls are solely raiding for upwards of 18 hours a day for the sake of fulfilling the game's dopamine function, and you'd be right, but there is a reason for the struggle against Theamine in the world of Lost Ark. Look at this trailer, it's amazing. And these aren't just rule of cool visuals for the sake of
This guy is what I would imagine a cool Final Fantasy player to be. Like the way he's like storytelling, because he's probably so into like lore and story, and like he's the cool FF14 player. Like, I swear to God, like you know what I mean? It's exactly like what I imagine the person to be.
See that guy?
Yeah, he's a little bit. He's kind of like an MMO player that's swirling the wine glass. He's a little bit more savant. You know what I mean? It's what I imagine. He's got a brain. He's like a little more educated. I don't know.
He's mysterious and he has interesting motives. As it turns out, you're a supporting character in his story. He might as well be John Lost Ark himself. See that guy? That's Thirain, the prince that I helped earlier. You can romance him in the game. And her, that's Beatrice, and she isn't just an exposition dumping machine, she's something called a Lazineth, and there's a reason that she's trapped in Trixium. Similar to 14, the world of Lost Ark broadens and grows more interesting the further you delve into it. It may or may not engross you, but I was wrong to assume that Lost Ark was a lifeless hull designed solely to extract capital from the unwashed masses. There's a lot of love and a lot of lore in Arkesia. Is it more interesting than Final Fantasy XIV? God no, but it's not uninteresting, and that's nothing to sneeze at. So wrapping it all up, in the opening hours, the impressions go.
Anyone know what is the VO like in Triangle? I did it all with KR. I think I skipped. How is the VO nowadays? Like, is it still dog shit, or is it like not? When you say good, it's like compared to let's compare it to other MMOs. What are we looking at here? It's not like probably like 14 or WoW levels of good. Is it more like Guild Wars 2, or what are we looking at? It's not cringe. I don't mind it. Maple Story, yeah. WoW is good VO. Yeah, I think so. They have the budget. They make a lot of money, so they got the budget to do good VO. No, it's better. All right.
follows. While the writing is as horrendous as an Akiva Goldsman script, and the voice acting was performed by students of the Megan Fox School of Vocal Performance, the visual and the Goldsman Club, in the opening hours, the impressions go as follows. While the writing is as horrendous as an Akiva Goldsman script, and the voice acting was performed by students of the Megan Fox School of Vocal Performance, the visual and sound design are delectable, and the aggressive, frenetic, and exciting gameplay carries the one-track, single-note quest design that guides you through Lost Ark's initial cliche narrative setup. That the game bothers at all to offer relevant horizontal content which bolsters your vertical power progression is worthy of praise, and it cannot be understated that the game's narrative quality improves consistently as you approach its latest offerings. Now that we've covered all of that, let's talk about the endgame. While I often praise Final Fantasy XIV for being unwilling to create an environment in which a player feels pressured to log into the game in order to chase an endlessly increasing power ceiling, I was shocked at how exciting it was that Lost Ark takes the opposite approach. If you want to be powerful, then you're gonna have to work for it, or just max out your American Express, I don't know. The endgame of Lost Ark has been historically polarizing and is likely the reason why many players abandon the game.
I mean, this is really where the whole debate when we came up with the Respects Your Time title, which I think it was Bow Bow, right? It was really about it was really about I think as we were talking about 14. No, but I want to talk about this with you guys. How do you guys actually feel about it when it comes to MMOs? How many of you how do I phrase this? How many of you, be honest, how many of you actually care how many of you don't like it that how many of you guys don't like it when other players catch up to you easily? How many of you guys don't like it that other players, let's say you grind a lot and that other players catch up to you? I don't care, but it's okay if you do care. Well, a lot of you don't care. That's good though. I think that's a healthy mentality. But some people do, right? I don't really give a shit. I actually don't, but some people do. And how about this? How many of you like the idea that if you play more, the more you play, the further ahead you are than the further ahead you are than other people? Do you like the idea in an MMO that you can grind and get ahead by doing that? So it's kind of like that's the idea in a lot of these MMOs, that you could separate yourself by playing a lot. Lost Ark just it time gates you a lot, but some MMOs so easy to gear, it's so easy to get into the game. There's not really many ways to separate yourself. There's not many ways to kind of separate yourself. I guess you could do it via achievements and stuff, but I don't really care. That's a good thing. Yeah. It's just I'm just asking. I'm curious what you guys think. I don't really care either way. For me, I'm so nonchalant to a lot of things. I just whatever. If the gameplay's fun, I don't really care too much. Some people do want to feel like the time they put in is valued, though. And I would argue that the idea of respecting your time, and in 14, it's if you play a shitload and then a new player just comes into the game and then they're just instantly as geared as you are pretty quickly, how is that really respecting the time that I put into the game? I guess you can get achievements and titles though, and what are those weapons called that you get from clearing ultimate weapons? So there's ways of doing it, I guess, but
pastures elsewhere. The fact that there are so many catch-up mechanisms,
exactly,
Grizzly, for staying logged in for a total of 90 minutes speaks to the fundamentally broken system that is honing. In so many words, honing requires a multitude of resources, all of which are gathered through different avenues of gameplay, or, as I've mentioned, purchased outright with the power of your trust fund that you've.
So what I was saying is that there's too many items in honing in Lost Ark, there's too many.
Staying logged in for a total of 90 minutes speaks to the.
There's too many. There's too many. Think about I think this thing needs to be redone. You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 materials, right? You need gold, silver, shards, oreha, leapstones, armor crystals.
Broken system.
Then you have an option of having 1, 2, 3, 4 other items. And so it's constantly going through this mini game, running out of one of the other items, having to go get more from the shop. And then you can't max buy. It's just such a, it's got to be updated at some point, I really think, man. It's just, out of all of the things, it's so weird how many things you need. So many materials.
That is honing. In so many words, honing requires a multitude of resources, all of which are gathered through different avenues of gameplay, or, as I've mentioned, purchased outright
convoluted,
with the power of trust fund
it's
that
convoluted,
you feed into
unnecessary.
a hateful, faceless maw that consumes them with extreme prejudice and, on occasion, makes your numbers go up. The more you feed it, the more it desires, but the less willing it becomes to reward you in kind.
Con gear fucking sucks. You have to do, it's so terrible. Can we just, for the sake of like, it's 0.83 item level. It's boring. I'm not trying to rant, but it's boring. It's not even exciting to get a gear tap. It's boring. It takes way too many fucking taps. You know? Make it cost more mats, more eye level. I don't know. It's just like, it's such a convoluted, like, you got to tap so many times. And I promise you, for those of you that think it's not a problem, it's just like when I told you guys fucking last year that the shard requirements are way too high in this game now, and it's getting way too steep, and you don't need as many alts. I remember on this pod, I'll pull it up. I said this shit a year ago because I logged on KR and I'm at the Econ patch. I'm like, this sucks. Now, granted, it's a little bit easier. And that was, by the way, that was before the 40% reduction. It's still a lot, right? So I would like to see them, you know, redo it in the next gear set. Let's like make the experience a bit better. Maple Story Star Forcing. Yeah, Maple Story is weird. You have the little fucking, I don't know. It's such a, yeah.
I have never, in all of my years of playing MMORPGs, encountered a vertical progression system that I can only assume is an expression of loathing from the game developers to the player base. I truly believe that you would have to be consumed by some rare and seething abhorrence for gamers in order to design an upgrade system like this one. Yet here I am, grinding endlessly to serve at the whim.
And he's played BDO, thank you.
Have I lost my mind? I went from an easygoing game that respects your time, I'm sorry, and gives you the—
Motherfucker, suck my dick. Are you crazy? Are you crazy, motherfucker? Are you out of your goddamn mind, motherfucker? Yo, suck my balls, motherfucker. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Holy.
the freedom to choose your own goals to a game that seemingly hates you and is doing everything it can to make the process of reaching the end game as difficult and time-consuming as possible. Why would I engage in
I don't think it's that time-consuming. I think that's a little bullshit. I think Lost Ark compared to like a lot of other Korean MMOs, and just in general, I feel like if you play question mark, no, I feel like if you play like, dude, if you play a couple characters, like let's say you're a new player, what the fuck are you actually doing? Let's say you're like relatively a new player, you got 2 characters or something. You're literally logging on and doing nothing for like 30 minutes and you're off. For you, like he's talking about getting to the end game. For a new player, you're literally logging off. Like you got nothing to do. You do your dailies, me right now. That's what I'm saying. For us, at the end game, more developed. I think I heard ATK talking about this on Canon's podcast.
Digital ecosystem that's built that way. Zepla, who is arguably the most popular Final Fantasy XIV content creator, published a critique of Endwalker's
this mushroom coffee is terrible.
Post-expansion content cycle, which I'd like to talk about in a separate video, but I want to borrow one statement that she made in order to communicate why I find myself so intrigued by this horrendous honing system.
It shouldn't be a choice between so much pressure to log in that there's like FOMO even. You have to log in right now or you're missing out. There's somewhere better to be between that and we're not asking you to do anything. So why do you care? But
yo, Cirky, thanks for the prime 9 months. Cirkhorn, thank you for the sub. And I got your message, homie.
Final
Thank
Fantasy
you.
XIV expects
thank you too, bro.
from me, which is wonderful. Lost Ark expects everything from me, which is interesting.
Yeah,
there are countless facets of power that you need to think about if you want to carry your weight in the Legion raid. And I'm barely starting in Vault and Hard mode. I haven't even touched Vikings or Broshaza, and I've been playing for 500 hours.
I mean, yo ass just slow. I'm not even trying to roast yo dumb ass. Even though you roasted me and you got it 500 hours, yo ass definitely plays 14. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I like this guy's video. That's really good.
I've got a ton of Makoko.
Cool, thank you, bro.
I'm using my time judiciously, in my opinion. In 14, you can buy some crafted gear, stock up on food and potions, and jump right into Savage raiding, which I think overall is still a better way to go about designing your endgame content. However, the tension of wrangling Lost Ark's vertical progression systems is, as I said before, interesting. It isn't easy, it isn't quick, but that means that I feel something when I engage with it, even if it isn't always positive. Will that inevitably lead to burnout? Without a doubt, but for now, I'm totally engaged. My mind is spinning as I schedule my play sessions in order to maximize my potential to increase my item level. I need to make sure that I'm keeping an eye on the rotating merchants around the world in order to buy the cards that I need. I need to run my daily chaos dungeons and guardian raid for fusion materials, faceting stones, accessories, and tripods. I need to grind out gold in order to afford my legendary engravings. I need to deeply study the community build guide in order to make sure that my stat allocation is optimal for my class and my gear set. I need to complete my Unis tasks, Adventurer's Tomes, and Island Souls in order to gain access to more skill potions. This is hard, but it's also very, very interesting. To somebody outside of Lost Ark's ecosystem...
Too much gearing? What do you guys think? Too much vertical bloat in Lost Ark? Yeah, too much vertical bloat, right? Some of it we could get rid of, right? Some of it we could get rid of, you know? Like, some of it for sure we could get rid of in the game. Gems, tripods, runes, stuff like that. I actually feel like it's a bit... T-Fuel, thank you again, bro, for the tier 1 10 months, bro. Thank you. I actually feel like runes, the fact that there's green, blue, epic, legendary runes is a little insulting. Like, why? Come on. When they had the chance to review that, why the fuck are you just give people purple runes, you know? Like, we don't need that in the game at this point. It's just like give people purple runes and then legendaries we can, get. That's the progression. We don't need that many ranks of runes. I'm okay with gems. I just wish gems were done better. I don't think gems should cost silver to re-roll. I think that's really stupid because it's so annoying when you want to change your build. It's like fuckloads of silver, and if you want to give it to another character, I don't like the silver gem thing. I think gems should just be I don't like that shit. I would love like future endgame would be gems be like it's a roster thing, but I guess that would just kill the gem market. I don't know. Tripods. Do we really need 5 ranks of tripods at this point? It's like, too much. I think that's too much bloat, too many ways to progress compared to most MMOs. Stone cutting is also another weird one. Yeah. I'm just trying to think if it's overwhelming, Tuki Island for 30 days.
And this all probably sounds needlessly exhausting, and perhaps it is, but I think there's something attractive about the hard-fought victories that inch your character closer to the desired outcome of your chosen build.
It is cool having some complexity though, right? Having none is boring.
Time investment in combat, yeah, I'm beginning to understand what all the fuss is.
None is boring.
It's not all roses though. Let's close it out with the final section, the downsides. 2023 has been a fantastic year for video games. I'm actively working on earning the platinum trophy.
It has been, dude.
16, as well as completing my first playthrough of Baldur's Gate.
If you're a single player, dude, honestly, bro, there has been so many games this year that people have been excited for. Now, granted, I don't play other games, but like, I swear, dude, like there for a while, it was just like, oh, banger game. D4, okay, I mean, come on, D4 flopped, but like overall, I feel like, let's just say highly anticipated games. It's been pretty good.
Gate 3, not to mention rediscovering my love for Guilty Gear Strive. There's a lot to play right now, and Lost Ark is not conducive to playing many games at once.
Frozen.
This MMO
Thank you,
truly
homie.
demands everything from you, and if you're lucky, it might even reward you for your commitment. But part of me wonders if that reward is equivalent to the diversity of experiences that are out there right now. Within the next month or two, I'm going to add Armored Core 6, Starfield, and Lies of P to the list, which doesn't leave a lot of room for Lost Ark.
Jesus. Do you guys think, Smoothie, thanks for the Prime 9, do you think so many game releases make it hard for other games to like, not survive, but do you guys think competition like that exists? How many people, I don't know. I always wonder that. Like when a new game, like what just came out, Cyberpunk, right? Cyberpunk's DLC. Do you guys think that it kind of makes it hard for other games to get like have some time to shine, I haven't, Revoker.
In my primary MMO of choice, that has never been an issue. Final Fantasy XIV is an incredibly forgiving live service game. You can jump in, determine your own goals, then step away without feeling punished for divesting from the ecosystem. Lost Ark is the diametric opposite of that philosophy, which is certainly a downside, but it showed me something that I was missing from Final Fantasy XIV that I wouldn't have otherwise been able to identify without experiencing the extreme demand and friction of Lost Ark's game design. 14 could stand to employ a moderate degree of pressure in its game without compromising its vision of an easygoing MMO.
It's the time gate, dude. What they need to do is they need to remove the time gating in Lost Ark, and I really feel that it would make the game way better. The problem is they want to make it so there's certain item levels that are just not really achievable without swiping, so they make money. But there's got to be a better way to do it. I don't know how to do it, I don't know how. It's not my job to design it, but they got to remove the time gate And that way you can play one character if you want, and then you can kind of find a way to infinitely farm. And I don't know, man. There's gotta be a way to make money and remove the time gating, because when there's no time gating, I'm telling you, dude, the FOMO just goes away. Because you're like, oh, I can just farm it back. Like, I don't know. When there's no time gating, the FOMO. Hey, when there's no daily and Bubba, so fish, man. You see this motherfucker, man? I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of shit over there, and you can't fuck this up. Don't look at me. Get down now.
Thousands of hours that I've invested into Final Fantasy XIV, put as much effort into my character as I have into planning my Glavier's build in Lost Ark. Which reputation should I be working on in order to secure my next Giant's Heart? Which Island Soul can I acquire now in order to inch toward that next skill point potion? Which level 5 tripod am I hoping to find in my next set of Chaos Dungeons? How can I improve my rotation, maximize my stagger output, and tighten up my counters? How can I increase my virtues in order to access the most hidden?
I need to do that today too.
Exhausting?
I need to fix my rotation on some of my classes because I have not adjusted them with a lot of the new builds, and I need to make sure they're all good. To be honest, I play all the easy classes, but I need to make sure they're all right and proper.
Yeah, a bit. Exciting? Well, I guess that depends on you. The last thing that needs to be discussed in this video is Lost Ark's reputation as a pay-to-win game. The well has been thoroughly poisoned for this conversation, since many of the people who engage in it would rather quibble over definitions. What does it mean to be pay-to-win?
So stupid. I actually hate that.
By every perceivable metric, Lost Ark is absolutely pay-to-win. Modern games have discovered the financial benefits of creating friction in the process of reward acquisition.
The idea that we even have conversations about the definition of pay-to-win is so stupid. Everyone knows what everyone means when we say pay-to-win. The idea of pay to progress, well, what are you actually winning though? It just means pay to win just means can you spend money to get power in the game? That's it. It doesn't need to be like, there is no game where I mean, maybe there is where you swipe money and then it literally comes up, you win. I don't know if that's even a thing, but that's not what anyone's talking about, right? Like, I feel like it's like a scapegoat. It's, you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! It's literally where you summon, it's literally like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just fucking quick summon, like quick summoning a scapegoat, just like it's just Lost Ark's more pay to progress. No, my point. That's the point. That's what people. No, you're doing exactly what I'm saying. What does that even mean? It's pay to win. You know what I'm saying? You're doing exactly what it's just pay to win. It doesn't matter. It's not pay to progress. Can you spend money in the game to get power? If the answer is yes, it's pay to win, right? Which is a lot of games nowadays. Granted, it's a lot of games. I don't like how many MMOs are not pay to win. Is it just Final Fantasy XIV? Is there another MMO that's not? How about Guild Wars 2? I don't know. WoW, no, WoW is for certainly pay to win. No, WoW is certainly pay to win. MapleStory reboot? No, I don't know. Honestly, yes, it's not. Okay, MapleStory reboot's like definitely like you could go, oh, it's not because there's a lot of pay for convenience in reboot. But I would say it's probably not pay to win. In 14, you can pay to boost characters and skip story. No, I don't really consider that pay to win, to be honest. I don't consider character boost pay to win personally. I mean, VacPet is kind of like, yeah, that's like the thing. It's really weird how expensive that thing is. But you do pay to skip playing? No, my definition is, can you pay money to get power in the game? Like actual tangible power. I don't think skipping a story is power. August, I mean, that's just my definition. If you consider character boost pay to win, I mean, the reason why I say WoW is pay to win is you literally can buy gold in the game, and with that gold, it's so you can do anything. And the only reason why, because there's actually not much to spend gold on in WoW. It's like 14, but the reason why it exists is because the reason why the pay to win exists and why people use the gold is like in turn able to be turned into a WoW token, which you can do a lot. Like you can literally buy games from Blizzard using WoW gold. And so it actually has value, right? So if you want to get like in WoW, you can get carried through everything in the game. You can literally get bussed through everything and get all the gear and everything like right away, like instantly when you get in the game. And with that gold, those people can then like turn it into like WoW, like Blizzard currency. Do Blizzard's game have any value? I mean, yeah. Hey, Stoopzz, thanks for reacting to the video. I haven't heard your thoughts up to this point, but I'm looking forward to going back and watching your react. It's a really good video, man. I love videos like this. Even when you fucking roasted my dumbass in the goddamn comments, you son bitch. I love videos like this. I love essay style videos. And I used to make a lot of videos like this, like the Respect Your Time one. I know you put a lot of time into the script writing, which I really appreciate. I thought it's a very, so far I think it's I mean, I'm almost done. I think it's a very good video. I actually want to hear what he says at the very beginning of this. Hold on.
Reward acquisition while offering relief from the friction for financial would rather win game.
Sorry,
the well
guys.
has been thoroughly poisoned for this conversation since many of the people who engage in it would rather quibble over definitions, what does it mean to be pay to win, and so on. Make no mistake, by every perceivable metric, Lost Ark is absolutely pay to win. Modern games have discovered the financial benefits of creating friction in the process of reward acquisition while offering relief from the friction for a price. If the feedback loop of friction and reward is endless and the ceiling on spending is lifted, then the developer has created a perpetual spending machine in which the player spends endlessly and the publisher collects handsomely. In the 500
Yeah, I wonder
hours
how
that
much
I've played
Lost Ark actually
I've
makes.
spent around $80, a majority of that on a starter bundle.
God, his bitch ass. 80 bones already. God, his goddamn bitch ass. Yeah, I mean, well, let me keep listening.
While I'm in the game working towards my goals, I'm not thinking about or feeling the effects of the perpetual spending model built into its cash shop. I don't play with swipers who are at the cutting edge of rating content. The fact that I don't feel it
matters
doesn't
too,
mean that it
man.
isn't there.
Yeah, I agree.
Lost Ark's pay-to-win nature must be noted because it is real and it should not be downplayed. While the discourse around Final Fantasy XIV has soured and criticisms of the non-committal, disconnected,
play
and
14.
uninteresting endgame design of Endwalker become the central focus of players' conversations about the game, it's important to remember that 14 is one of the few remaining MMOs
I
that
know,
doesn't
dude. It's like
try
the only
to
one,
extract
right?
every penny out of you. Let's close things out with a few final thoughts. The last 500 hours in Lost Ark have not felt like a waste.
Before you get to that, I actually think Tofu, man, thanks for the fucking raid, bro. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, a lot of them are super pay to win nowadays, and it kind of just comes with the game. It's weird how the genre is like that now. But honestly, there's just MMOs are expensive as fuck, and that's what they do, right? Like, in some ways, I feel like it's like how they make a lot of their money and stuff like that. Like, it's like the subscription model. I don't know what I think is better or worse, but I think what's an interesting point is like when you're playing with other people and they spend money. I mean, fuck, dude.
I fully expected the game to be a shallow and insubstantial experience.
I wanna
was
play with
surprised
this
to find
guy.
more than just flashy visuals and kinetic gameplay. I'm invested in the story, strangely enough. I'm interested to know what the Lost Ark actually is as of the final cutscene in Elgacia. I'm interested to see what happens with King Thirain, Armin, Nineveh, Kadan.
He knows
Beatrice,
more
and
about the story
elusive
than I do.
Carmine, who is likely my favorite of the bunch. I'm excited to start learning Belshazzar with my guild and to finally collect all those
Whoa,
damn
he's got a
Makoko
guild?
sets. As a Final Fantasy XIV player, Lost Ark revealed to me that there is excitement in the tension of vertical progression, and that perhaps
I'm so bad. I'm a 14 player. Are you on NA East by chance? Or are you on Jumpstart? Where are you? Don't worry, man. I'm bad too. I'll play. I'm on NA West Married. No! Fuck. I can't play with you. Oh, no. Yo, listen, it's not too late. Let me say, I mean, you probably done so much collectible shit, huh? That's where I'm at. Yeah, I can't play with you over here. Come over here. Come to NA East, dude.
I'm excited to start learning Belshazzar with my guild and to finally collect all those damn Makoko
That's cool
seeds.
that he
As
has a
Final
guild,
Fantasy
though.
XIV
If you have
player,
friends,
Lost
don't
Ark
listen
revealed
to
to me
me.
that there is excitement in the tension of vertical
You just need
progression,
friends in Lost
and that
Ark
perhaps
anyway.
a touch of pressure from 14's progression systems wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I'm glad I decided to give Lost Ark a fair shake, and I'm certainly not done with it. I'll see you again when I reach 1,000 hours. Maybe I'll have a completely different opinion then. You'll just
You
have to
probably
wait and
will.
see. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to watch more content about MMORPGs. Leave me some feedback in the form of a like or a dislike so that
Yes,
I know
or-
what kind of content to make in the future. Minding my man.
Really good script writing. I like the video a lot. Like I said, I could definitely tell that you play 14 a little bit. Give him a little, here's the video, guys. Go over there, give him a like. You know, support people that make videos. The guy's starting out his channel. He's almost at, yo, can we get him to 1,000 subs, chat? He's at 910 subs. That's actually, listen, dude, I remember when I got my first 1,000 subs, I was at Disneyland with my ex-girlfriend. I remember being so excited to get 1,000 subs. It was really fucking motivating for me. Really, really, really fucking motivating for me. You know, do a good deed. Click that. See if we can get this guy 1,000 fucking subs, huh? That was a really good video. Click the guy's channel, sub it, even if you're not gonna watch it. I mean, what does subbing even mean? I'm sub the channels, it doesn't even matter, right? Let's see if we can get to 1,000
delivery.
subs. What? Wait, 990. Boys, 10 more.
Position delivery mechanism.
We did it. Sheesh. Put your hands up, chat. Down, 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 down. We did it. 1,000 subs, baby. No, it was a really good video. You actually deserve it. That's why. Fuck it.